Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, where's that? There it is. Bear with me 1 second, y'all, as I get this together. Okay, where's that? There it is. Bear with me 1 second, y'all, as I get this together. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Like and share. Like and share. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Like and share. Like. And share. One more sec, bear with me. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, to my brothers, Yahweh Shema, lift up by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, to my sisters. This is the ISUBK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are the Most High's true and only chosen people. We are those people that are written about in the scriptures due to slavery, that history has been lost, that history has been tarnished, that history has been stripped from us. But
And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are the Most High's
with that excellency
and only
of
chosen
being the Most High's chosen
people.
There's a responsibility to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Due to slavery, that history has been lost, that history has been tarnished, that history has been
and those one people is us.
But
now, what those law, statutes, and commandments dictate, those law, statutes, and commandments that are in the Bible, what they do is dictate and show us how to love each other, how to properly take care of each other.
They will only
which can only be done,
you know what I'm saying,
in the ISUPK.
And those one people,
nobody else is teaching us. Nobody else is.
Now, what those law, statutes,
following
and
the laws of the
dictate,
Bible, nobody else could open up those
law, statutes, and commandments that
dark
are in the
sayings
Bible. What
that are
they
in
do
the
is
scriptures.
dictate and show us how to love each other, how to properly take care of each other.
If you can
be done,
you know what I'm saying, like the video,
in the ISUPK.
And
nobody else
if you got a question,
nobody
pop
else
them on in. You know how we do.
Following the laws of the Bible, nobody else could open up those dark sayings that are in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
This is not y'all first rodeo. I gotta get more used to sharing on Twitter. Twitter's a weird.
If you can, you know what I'm saying, like the video. And if you got a question, pop them on in. You know how we do. This ain't y'all first rodeo. This is not y'all first rodeo. I gotta get more used to sharing on Twitter. Twitter's a weird thing to share on.
Okay, let's get it. Okay. If you could check the temperature, the way that things are going on in the world today, there's a lot of hostility, a lot of anger, a lot of confusion. And all that anger and confusion is coming from the simple fact is that we put a lot of trust and faith into people who want us dead.
Check the temperature, the way
we put a lot of faith and trust into people that want to see our blood spilled across the street. They got a thirst for our blood that will not be quenched.
And all that anger and confusion,
you know what I'm saying?
Is coming.
They got a thirst.
The simple fact is that
to simply take us all the way out.
And faith into people.
And with that being said, you know what I'm saying?
We put a lot of faith and trust into
that is causing confusion amongst us.
Want to see our blood spilled.
It's causing a lot of hatred and what the scriptures teach
for our blood.
And that these law, statutes, and commandments is literally for us to love each other. These law, statutes, and commandments literally show us how to show brotherhood and sisterhood to each other. And that is something that you will not get nowhere else.
You know what I'm saying?
America does not teach for Black, Hispanic, and Native people
a lot of
to love each other.
And what the scriptures teach.
That is not taught.
And that these law, statutes, and commandments.
You know what I'm saying? We grow up thinking that Black, Hispanic, and Native we're supposed to be doing this.
Show us how to
we sell drugs, we get high, we drink
to each other.
You know what I'm saying?
That is something that you will not get nowhere else. America
we really don't have a real positive
Black,
image. We're the best entertainers.
Native people,
you know what I'm saying? We don't understand that we are God's true and only chosen people, so that limits our ability.
You know what I'm saying? We grow up thinking that Black, Hispanic, and Native, we're supposed to be doing that.
You know what I'm saying?
We sell drugs, we get high, we drink.
We cannot be doing that. We're going to get into it a bit. You know what I'm saying?
We really don't have
show my tip for this class today is to show how
you know what I'm saying? We don't understand that we are God's true and only chosen people, so that
enemies and protesting with our enemies is literally,
you know what I'm saying?
Literally,
we cannot be doing that.
Destroying.
We cannot be doing that. We're gonna get
into protesting with our enemies is literally.
I'm gonna show my
putting us behind on the scale. It's no different from
us.
It's failed forever.
Marching with
us protesting with our enemies has failed forever. Look back on the civil rights movement.
Is literally
the civil rights movement was a blanket failure,
destroying us.
It was a failure.
Us protesting with our enemies.
All the civil rights movement did was have us take our money,
putting us behind on the scale, man. It's no different.
That's all it
did. It's failed.
Civil rights movement was a failure.
Us protesting
people that
with
was marching with us, they knew it would be a failure.
Look back on the civil rights.
So they continue to do so.
The civil rights
every marching protest that we had with our oppressor was an outright
All
failure.
the civil rights movement did was have us take
Million
our
Man
money
March. Yeah,
and
there
give it
was
to
white people amongst there too.
That's all it did.
A failure.
The civil rights movement
They
was
talk
a
about
failure.
justice
The
or
white
else,
people
but
that was marching with us, they
ain't getting
be a
justice.
failure, so they
There is no
continue to do
justice.
so.
What
Every
happened to
march
the
and
Orals?
protest that we had
You
with
know what
our
I'm saying?
oppressor
So
was an outright failure.
we're gonna get into it.
Million Man March. Yeah,
You know what I'm
there
saying? Let's
was
go to
white people
Zephaniah.
amongst there too.
2 and 1.
A failure. They talk about justice or else, but we ain't getting justice.
This is like a staple
There is
in the
no
UPK.
justice. What happened to the or else?
This is like the epitome of brotherhood.
You know what I'm
is
saying?
the
So
scripture. Hold on, let me
we
type
gonna
it
get
on
into
in.
it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Zephaniah 2 and 1.
If you have any questions, type them on in. I see y'all out there. You got questions,
This
type
is like
them
a
on in.
staple in the UPK. This is
So
like
Zephaniah
the
2 and 1 is literally
epitome
a
of
staple, is
brotherhood,
literally
is
a
the scripture.
foundation of
Hold on,
what
let me
the
type it on
scriptures
in.
is based upon. It's a bedrock scripture that's not even at the
If
bedrock
you
of
have
the
any
scriptures.
questions, type them on in. I see
But
y'all out there.
it simply summarizes
You got questions, type them on
what
in.
the scriptures is about. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to read it. If
But
y'all got there,
Zephaniah 2
y'all
and
there.
1 is literally a
If y'all
staple,
not,
literally
well, I
a
typed it into the
foundation
chat so y'all can
of
catch up.
what the scriptures is based upon.
But Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1.
It's
gather
a bedrock
yourself
scripture
together.
that's not even at the bedrock
Yea.
of the scriptures.
Gather
it
together, O
it simply
nation not
summarizes
desired.
What
Now
the
this
scriptures
is literally
about.
an order. This is literally a
You know what
law
I'm saying?
and
I'm
an
about to
order
read it. If
for
y'all
us
got
to
there, y'all
gather
there.
together.
If y'all,
O nation not desired. It's speaking to those people that are not desired. Not speaking to what people call allies today. We don't have no allies. We don't have no allies. These people that you consider to be allies literally have a perpetual hatred for us. You know what I'm saying? They literally have a perpetual hatred for us. If you understand what perpetual literally means that this is a self-driven, ongoing, can't be stopped type of motion. You know what I'm saying? It moves on its own. And they have a perpetual hatred for us. So it told the nation that is not desired. Who is not desired in this world? Who are the people that are literally not desired? I give y'all a second to think about it. If you're watching, type it on in the class. If you know that nation that is not desired, type it on in. And what does it mean to be desired? We are a nation not desired, and to be desired, that means you are favored.
and what does it mean to
You
be
are
desired?
liked. Blacks, Hispanics, Native people, we are not liked.
We are a nation not desired, and to
We are
be
literally
desired,
at the
that means
bottom
you
of the
are
pile.
favored.
America
You
has
are
wars
liked.
with China,
Blacks,
the Middle East, Russia,
Hispanics,
but who's getting shot
Native
in the middle of
people,
these
we are not
streets,
liked.
unarmed?
we are literally
It's
at
not
the bottom of the pile.
Russians, it's not
America has
Arabs, it's not Asians, no, it's you. It's you, black, Hispanic, and Native man. It's you, black, Hispanic, and
wars
Native
with
woman.
China, the Middle
We are
East,
getting killed because they know
Russia,
who their enemy
but
is.
who's
The
getting
problem
shot
is we
in the
don't
middle
know
of
who
these
our enemy
streets,
is.
unarmed.
We
It's
don't
not
know who our enemy is. And due to
Russians,
MLK
it's
and
not
his
Arab, it's not Asian.
Civil
no,
Rights
it's you.
March, we
It's you,
grew to
black,
trust
Hispanic, and
who is
Native
our
woman.
enemy, but they are not our
It's
enemy.
you, black,
I mean, they are not our friend.
Hispanic and Native woman.
We grew to trust them. He
We
was
are
talking
getting
about
killed because they
little
know who
black
their enemy
boys
is.
and
The
little
problem
white
is we
girls
don't know
holding
who our
hand in
enemy
hand.
is.
No.
We don't know who our enemy is. And due to
History has proven
MLK
that
and
does not
his
work.
civil
at
rights
Emmett Till.
march, we grew to trust.
Look
who
at
is our
Emmett Till.
enemy, but they are not our enemy. I mean, they are not our.
Emmett Till was
They're
literally
not a friend.
slaughtered,
We grew to trust him. He
mangled,
was talking about little
abused,
black boys and little white
ripped
girls
apart
holding hand in hand.
by
No.
men who thought he was whistling and was attracted to
History
a
has
white
proven
woman
that does not
who
work.
admitted darn near 80
Emmett
years
Till.
later that she
Look at
lied
Emmett
about
Till.
it.
Emmett Till was literally slaughtered.
Those are the people that you are marching
Mangled.
with right now. These are the people that you are marching with. The people that
Ripped
will lie
apart
on you to get you killed.
Men who thought he
If you don't
was
believe me, look what's going on right now.
To a white woman who admitted
All these
darn near 80 years later,
so-called looting and burnings
she
and
lied
vandalism. The majority of that is not happening
those are
due
the
to
people
black
that you are
Hispanics
marching
and
with
natives.
right now. These are
Most
the
of that
people
is
you are
happening
marching
due
with,
to
people that will lie on you to get you
white
killed.
people masked up.
If you don't believe me,
Got
look
little
what's going on right
earpieces
now.
on. You know what I'm saying? Communicating
All
with their
these
higher ups, knowing where to
so-called
do it,
looting
what
and,
to do.
and burnings and vandalism.
When you see a white person
The majority
spraying
of
Black
that is
Lives
not
Matter,
happening
you gotta look
due
at
to
that
black
fact.
Hispanics and natives.
You don't look
Most
at
of that
that
is happening
as if
due
it's
to
an ally.
white people.
If you look at that
masked
like
up,
it's an ally, that means
got
you're
little
trusting them.
earpieces on. You know what I'm saying?
Never trust
Communicating
your
with their
enemy.
higher ups, knowing where
Why
to
they
do
spraying
it,
Black
what to
Lives
do.
Matter? Remember, in St. Louis,
When
the
you
dude
see a
that
white person
broke into the
spraying Black
AutoZone,
Lives
that
Matter,
busted
you
the
gotta
window of the
look at
AutoZone,
that
that
funny.
set off the looting.
You don't look at that.
It was discovered that
as
he
if
was a
it's
cop.
an ally. If you look at that
That's
like
your
it's an
ally.
ally, that means you're trusting them.
It was discovered he
Never
was a
trust
cop.
your
He
enemy.
set it off. He
Why
got
they
that
spraying
movement
Black
going,
Lives
and you gonna
Matter?
call him an ally.
Remember, in St. Louis, the dude that
They only get it
broke
going
into
so
the
you can get
AutoZone
blamed.
that busted the window of the AutoZone,
So
that
you can
set
get
off the
blamed.
looting.
So all
It was
this
discovered
that's
that he
going
was a cop.
down is your fault.
And that's your ally.
All the problems that's going on in the world is your
He was
fault.
a cop. He set it
These
off.
cities burning is your fault.
He got that movement going, and you gonna call
And
him?
mind you, it's only your community
they
where
only
it's
get
burning.
it going so you could get
And the
blamed.
other time, they giving all types
So
of
you can get blamed.
loans to everybody
so all
else
this
but
that's
you.
going down is
Set up all types of shops and
It's your
businesses and structures in your
all the
community.
problem that's going on
that
in
they
the world
claim.
is your fault.
That only
These
is
cities
given
burning is your fault.
to everybody else but you.
And mind
But
you,
when
it's
it's
only
burning,
your community
it's your
when
community.
it's burning. And
That's
the
the way
other
they
time,
think.
give
That's
them
the
all
way they
types
do
of
things. You know what I'm
loans
saying?
to
But if we gathered together, like the scripture says, if we did what the scripture said, which was to gather together, only love each other, only look out for each other, don't even, whatever they do is what they do, don't even focus on it. We won't be getting blamed for these vandalisms and for this looting and stuff. I seen a video in LA where there was looting going on and it was nothing but the oppressor. It was nothing but our enemies doing the looting. But who's getting blamed for the looting? Who's getting blamed for all the vandalism and everything? It's us, because we trust them. He spray painting BLM. He must be for the people. Nah. So when the next time a brother's walking by his shop and he gets shot because the owner thinks, oh, it's a black man, he gonna loot my store, that's their fault. And that's literally what happened. Literally what happened. Not too long ago, what was it, in Omaha? In Omaha. The general brought it out earlier today. In Omaha, there was a guy just walking by his store who got shot because the owner thought he was going to loot it. He wasn't protesting or nothing. See, that's because your enemy, who you think is allies, is actually starting up and stirring up things that's making it harder for us. But if you separate it and did what the scripture said, gather together, focus on your own people, that would never have happened. They would not have been welcome to our cookouts. They would not have been welcome to the barbecue. They would not have been welcome to the protests because they would not have belonged. They would not have been trusted to that point. You know what I'm saying? But let's bring that back from the top. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. That is paramount right now. That is paramount right now. Right now there's a whole bunch of separation amongst blacks and Hispanics.
Separation
And
amongst
Native
blacks
people.
and Hispanics. And Native
And
people.
when it goes down to voting, to
voting,
to education, to everything, there's nothing but division.
to
we're supposed to be
education, to
gathered
everything.
together.
There's nothing but division.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, before integration, we were together.
If you think about
before
it,
there was integration, we were segregated. When there was
a
white side of the town and the wrong side of the tracks,
a white side in the town, and
we had universities, schools, we had restaurants, businesses.
We were doing better.
Automobile companies. We had everything. We did not need it.
We had universities, schools, we had restaurants.
Well, we decided to depend on the
automobile companies. We had everything.
Eat at their table.
We did not
eat at their table. It was causing George Floyd
we decided to depend on them.
Eating at their table, it would cause
eating at their table,
Tamir Rice to get shot for playing with a toy
George Floyd not to breathe. Eating at their table, it would cause Tamir Rice to get shot for
sooner or later. We got to get sick or tired of saying no justice, no peace. Because saying no justice, no peace,
that's what happens.
We end up in a situation where there's no justice.
Sooner or later, we got to get sick or tired of saying no justice, no peace. Because saying no justice, no peace, we end up in a situation where there's no justice.
We have not got to that point.
And there's no peace.
The only solution, we tried everything as black people. We tried everything.
You know what I'm saying? We have not got to that point.
We tried doing it their way. We tried everything. We tried everything. But the only thing that we haven't tried is to go back to what it originally was.
We tried doing it their way. We tried doing it lovingly.
Which is the only thing that will work.
But the only thing that
you know what I'm saying?
We haven't tried is to go back to what originally was segregation.
1 John 4.
Which is the only thing that will work. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's go to 1 John 4 and 20.
First John 4 and 20. Just understand this. I seen a video of a former St. Louis police chief gunned down by some looters. Who the looters were is unconfirmed. But by the way that things were going in the video, it's fair to assume that it was one of us. But they just gunned the brother down because they wanted to get away with looting a TV. They wanted to get away with looting a TV. Matter of fact, we're not even going to 1 John. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and 1. (3 and 31) actually. 3 and 31. This brother was gunned down while he was trying to stop looters from stealing the TV. You know what I'm saying? Like a TV, man. His life amounted to the price of a TV. And that's what it is out here. But this brother, the looter was coming out. We won't wait further to get deeper into it, but the bottom line is, if the brother, the former police chief of St. Louis, he envied his oppressor because he wanted to protect the oppressor's merchandise. He wanted to do well by the oppressor. He wanted the oppressor to love him. You know what I'm saying? He wanted all that. He became a cop and then police chief because he believed in the ways of the oppressor. He believed in that American dream. And he was gunned down by looting. And therefore the looter to gun down another black man for a TV, for a stinking TV, which probably, because you know nowadays TVs are cheap. A 70-inch you can find for like $300-400 now. He gunned down another black man for a TV. He envied his oppressor's ways. You think he got that TV so he could prove because he was protesting for George Floyd? That TV had nothing to do with George Floyd. That TV, because he wanted a big dope TV up in his crib. He wanted to be as close. That TV was a marker of him making it. That TV was a symbol of success to him. And that success, that idea of success, material success, comes from our oppressor. It comes from white people. Because if you ain't got this and you ain't got that, you ain't made it in this world. The American dream is all about materials, material wealth. About that picket fence in the house, right? That's what it's about. So this brother got gunned down for TV. But let's get into it. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor. It's telling you not to envy your oppressor. What does it mean to envy your oppressor? Envy is a form of jealousy. Envy is the desire to want or be like your oppressor, in this case. So to want or be like your oppressor, the scripture is telling you not to do that. Don't envy your oppressor. Don't try to obtain what he has. You trying to obtain what he has is going to end up being the death of you. What do you think happens to all these brothers in the streets dealing drugs? All these brothers in the streets pimping, all these brothers in the streets doing this, that, working 80 hours a week. What do you think happens to them? You got sisters in school right now selling their soul just so they can pay to go to school. They got an OnlyFans account so they can pay through school. You know why? Because they envy their oppressor. They want what their oppressor has. They want what their enemy has. So they up online selling their body, destroying this, destroying that. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to be like their oppressor. When the scripture tells you, envy not your oppressor. If you don't envy, like back in the day, before integration, when the Jim Crow laws was out there and we was segregated, guess what? We didn't envy our oppressor. We knew who our enemy was and we stayed far away from him. We stayed on our side of the tracks. Then our side of the tracks started growing, and we ended up with places like Rosewood. We ended up with places like Seneca Village. We ended up with places like Black Wall Street. Because we knew to stay away from our enemy. We knew to stay away from our oppressor. And we didn't envy what they had. We just made what we had. We just took what we had and made it better. You know what I'm saying? Half the inventions on this planet right now is made by a slave. A black or Hispanic slave. Most of the inventions, a stoplight you wouldn't have, a cell phone you wouldn't have, a hair dryer you wouldn't have if it wasn't for black and Hispanic people. You know what I'm saying? All that was given to us. It's a talent that we have, is to make something out of nothing. That's literally a talent that only black, Hispanics, and natives have. You know what I'm saying? And when you envy your oppressor, you don't try to make something out of nothing. You try to chase what they got. You chase what they have. And chasing after what they have always leads to a dead-end road. Always. And when I'm talking about a dead-end road, I'm not talking about just physically. I'm talking about spiritually too. It could be a spiritual dead-end road too.
You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. And choose none of his ways. What does it mean to choose none of his ways? First, let me put it into modern day vision real quick, into perspective. It says to choose none of his ways, so basically that means we're choosing his ways. What is the ways that we are choosing of his? Remember, our law, statutes, and commandments say not to steal. Regardless, thou shalt not steal. No need to steal. You're a grown man. Earn your keep. So if you're out there with your protester who busted that window open but let you stroll on into that Louis Vuitton shop, you know what I'm saying? He broke the window. He opened up the gate for you. But you going in and you grabbing up everything, guess what? You're you're choosing his way. Looting is the way of our oppressor. How was this country built? This country was built off of looting. Ask any Native American. They came in, they burnt all those Native American villages, all those Native American towns, burnt them down, kicked them out, and built their settlements. That is looting. That is literally looting. What do you think they did to us? We make inventions. To put it like this, the filament in your light bulb, that filament, that thing that glows real bright in your light bulb, that was invented by a black man. You would not have a light bulb if it wasn't for black people. Now tell me, who was the light bulb accredited to? Who is the light bulb accredited to? If you're in class, type it in. Who is the light bulb accredited to? If a black man made the filament which makes the light bulb glow, why is a white man getting the credit for the light bulb? For the sake of time, let me tell you who gave it. This ain't history class, but I'm going to tell you. It was I believe it was Alexander Graham Bell, who is accredited for the light bulb, which he pretty much had nothing to do with, because the light bulb is made off of AC/DC electricity, which is Tesla, and then you got the filament, which is made by a black man. Bell had nothing to do with this light bulb, period. But let me tell you something. That is a form of looting. All the inventions and the creativity that we had that's under their name, looting. What you think Elvis Presley and Eminem is doing? Elvis Presley looted rock and roll from us. Eminem's trying to loot rap from us. Bad Barbie and whatever other so-called Caucasian rapper, I don't know more anymore. Back in the day, I used to be hip on what's going on in rap, but I don't know. I'm getting old now. But that is a form of looting. There's no way a person like Eminem could call himself a rap god when there's people like Rakim, people like Black Thought that came before him and literally can destroy him lyrically at any moment. But he's looting our culture. They've been looting from us since 1492. So if you are seeing some black and Hispanic kids looting, is because they chose the way of our oppressor. When the scripture in Proverbs 3:31 says, choose not the way of your oppressor, those brothers are literally lost and destroyed, and they need the ISUPK. They need to learn not to choose the way of their oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that back from the top. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So all this looting going on is his way. All this trying to get rich and bags of money, that's his way. All this, everything you see that's wrong with these protests nowadays, all this begging. The white man don't respect a beggar, but he is a beggar. We're choosing his way. We're choosing his way. You see them taking knees. You see them taking knees. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee, remember that was his way of a peaceful protest. Kaepernick took a knee. Kaepernick got fired. Kaepernick was exiled out of the NFL. But now everybody's taking a knee. Police, the military, everybody's taking a knee, begging for black and Hispanics and Native and mainly Caucasian people to stop looting and rioting. They begging. Only reason why they begging now is because the majority of these looters and rioters are Caucasian people. If it was strictly blacks and Hispanics, guess what? The National Guards that came in would not be so patient. Because believe me, when I tell you, when Trump said if you loot, we shoot, he wasn't talking to his own people. That's why they ain't shoot yet. He was talking about if Negroes and Hispanics and savages start looting, shoot them. That was Trump's true way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get to 1 John 4:20. Let me type that up in here for y'all. Cause we gotta have a. The problem is, cause I'm noticing a lot of complaints about these protests, and a lot of these complaints are being headed towards your own people. A lot of these complaints are being headed towards black, Hispanic, and Native people, when black, Hispanic, and Native people are not the initiators of this looting. It's not the initiators of this burning. And the only reason why you are thinking that is because you envy the way of your oppressor. You're choosing his ways, which is to blame black, Hispanics, and Natives. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is we have a problem with not choosing each other first. Us in the ISUPK, we don't care if you loot or not. We don't care if you riot or not. We don't care if you protest or not, because deep down we know nothing's going to change. What we care about is for you to separate from those that you are so-called protesting with and come join your brothers. Come join your brothers. Like I said in Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. That's all we want, is for you to gather with your brothers. Because choosing their way is just going to have you hung up. Like, I seen a video today of a brother on his knees in the Kaepernick stance, on his knee, talking about looking towards the police, talking about, I love you, I forgive you, I just want to understand you, and whatever other nonsense he was saying. But he don't understand that those people just want him dead. They don't care what he loves. They don't care what he wants to understand. They just want him dead. That's all they all want. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to get into 1 John 4:20, I'm going to read. If you're there, you're there. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, let me say, there's a lot of people out there that say they love God. Y'all got crosses on y'all necks. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying, crosses on your rings and everything. You got tattoos of crosses. Y'all believe in God. Y'all claim. But the truth is, y'all hate your brothers. So for that person, if a man says, I love God and hateth his brother, how do you know if a man hateth his brother? How do you know if a man hateth his brother? I'm going to give you some time. Give you probably like 10 more seconds. Type it on in. If you know how a man hates his brother, type it in. Nope. But let me tell you. First, you got to understand what love is according to the scriptures. What love is following the law, statutes, and commandments. You love somebody when you love somebody when you make sure they follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and you follow the law, statutes, and commandments concerning them. For example, if your homeboy, you know what I'm saying, comes through, he has this thick, sexy, beautiful woman with him. That's his woman. How do you love him? How do you hate him? Let me make it even more exact. This woman starts coming on to you when he goes to the bathroom. She starts coming on to you. What do? She starts filling all up on you, talking about, ooh, I wish I was with you. He's such a lame. She starts dirty macking to you. What do? How do you love that brother that just went into the bathroom? Let me tell you how you love that brother. You love that brother by giving her the finger, calling her a whore and a slut, rejecting her, and making sure the brother knows what was done. How do you hate him? See, the hatred is the most common part. The hatred is laying with that woman. She's not happy. He's not pleasing her. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? He's a lame. Now you start dirty macking. You see how that works? The Most High don't play, B. The Most High don't play, not at all. But that's how you hate your brother. By breaking the laws when it comes to him. By offending him by not keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? When your brother's hungry, what should you do? You should feed him. Not tell him to get a job. Not tell him to pull himself up by his bootstraps. That's what white people do. You know what I'm saying? If you love your brothers, if you love your sisters, you'll follow these law, statutes, and commandments. The problem is, with this protest going on right now, the law, statutes, and commandments are not being followed. You're not telling your brother to get away from that. Don't loot that store. Because when one of us get caught, guess what? Now they got evidence to prove it's our fault. That brother's going to end up doing 5 to 7 years in jail. But if you loved him, you would have warned him not to do it. You would have warned him not to follow the ways of these oppressors. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on around this country right now. It's a bunch of hatred for your own people. A bunch of hatred for the black, Hispanic, and Native people. By black, Hispanic, and Native people, because they'd rather run with the allies. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, like we see it all the time, for a man selling drugs to his brother. For a man's doing drugs with his brother. If you and your people are doing drugs with each other, you hate each other. You hate each other. Because you purposely allowing each other to go into the crosshairs of the Most High. You got your homeboy smoking a cigarette with you. Now y'all both about to catch cancer. Y'all in the crosshairs of the Most High. Congratulations. You telling your dude to smash this chick. That chick got AIDS or some stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Most of these chicks got something nasty in them. Congratulations, you hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. He is a liar. Guess what? You are a liar. You cannot love God and hate your brother. It's impossible. You cannot love God and be in this protest with your oppressor, following the ways of your oppressor. You can't. You cannot be doing both. You can't love God and follow the ways of your oppressor. You cannot love God and be looting. You cannot love God and burning down things. Guess what? You're a liar. Because all you're doing is hindering your people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You're making it harder for your own people at the end of the day. So let's continue. Verse. For he that loveth not his brother who he hath seen. How can you not love your brother who you see every day? You see what that brother goes through. You see what he goes through. You know what you're going through. It's not too far different, but you want to hate him for some weird reason. You want to hate him because he ain't pay you your $20. There was literally a murder not too long ago in Boston over $5. Somebody owed somebody else $5. And lives were lost over $5. Neither one of them love God. Because if you love God, you would not kill your brother over $5. And if you love God, you would not have withheld that $5 that you don't have from your brother. You would have told him. You would have had a conversation with him. Look, bro, that conversation probably was had too. I don't know. But if he had that conversation with that brother, he's not in the wrong. But you would have that conversation with that brother like, look, I ain't got the money. Give me some time. I'll get it right. The problem is we envy our oppressor, and $5 brings us $5 closer to respect from our oppressor. Because our oppressor only respects the rich. Our oppressor will literally show more respect to the man that has $5 than the man that don't. You know what I'm saying? That's what our oppressor would do. He will literally show that type of respect to our enemies. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. Let's continue. How can he love God whom he hath not seen? Like, your brother you see every day, you know what he goes through, you know you're not too far from the hell he's in. Y'all ain't in the same hell together. How can you hate him and love God? Whom you have not seen. You have not seen God. You don't know God. You have not seen God. You don't know what God goes through. You don't know nothing. You just want to say you know God because that's what the Christian church tells you to say. But the truth is you don't. You don't know God. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Salakia. And this commandment have we from him. Who is the him? The him is Christ. Everything Christ says is from the Most High. So if it's coming from Christ, no, it's coming from the Most High. This command we have from him. Let's continue. That he who loveth God, love his brother also. That's what the whole law is about. That's what every law is about. The law is about loving your own people. Not loving your oppressor. Just loving your brothers, your sisters. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out there and march, hold hand in hand. Matter of fact, let's get that next. Let's get that next. Give me a second. Give me a second to get this one, pull this one up. This one just popped in my head. I know I'm approaching that. Hold on, give me a second. I'm so there. So, no, I'm there. There it is. I don't know why I was searching the Psalms when it wasn't Proverbs. Let's get there. Proverbs 11 and 21. Alright, let's get with it. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. You out there, you marching, you holding hands, saying kumbaya, and you know what I'm saying? No justice, no peace, and hands up, don't shoot with these people, but they will be punished. Though hand join in hand, they will be punished. I'm not sure if y'all understand what that means. Your hand is connected to them. They're going to get punished regardless. They are going to get punished regardless. And it's very simple. If they are getting punished and they're holding your hand, what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you? Let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to catch a few of those licks too. You're going to catch a few of those licks too, because the simple fact is, you want to join hand in hand with them. You want to hold their hand while they getting punished, while they did all the things you do. And that's why the scriptures in Revelation say, come out of her so you won't be partakers of her sin. Leave her alone. Don't be hand in hand with her. Don't be hand in hand with her. It literally says, come up out of her so you won't be partakers of her sins. That's how you don't catch COVID. Stay away from white people. That's how you don't catch AIDS. Follow these laws, statutes, and commands. That's how you don't catch a habit. Being addicted to all types of opioids and marijuana and crack and heroin and all that shit. Stay away from them. They can't deal with reality. They'd rather have a fantasy land going on in their head regardless. Even if they have a perfect life, they'd still rather get high and have a fantasy land going on in their head. Stay away from them. Because when we do what they do, when we envy their ways and choose their ways, we end up a whole lot worse than them. Because these laws, statutes, and commandments were literally given to us, not to them. They can't sin. They can't sin. Know why they can't sin? Because the law was not given unto them. The law was given unto us, and that's Psalms 147, 19 to 20. Put that in your notes. Yeah, put that in your notes. They can't sin. How can you sin if you don't have no law? They are lawless. That's why they go around breaking into stores. Well, who gets caught? We do. I'm talking about that video I seen in LA when they were robbing a van store. Literally like 12 cats came out. None of those cats, who all were Caucasian, got caught. But guess who did get caught? The one lone black person. That's how it works. That's how it works. But let's hold on, where was I? What was I? 21, right? I ain't even finished that, right? Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Like that's the only solution. The only solution is to be righteous. Now, granted, the Christian church have y'all thinking righteousness is some spooky ooky shit. I mean, slacky, excuse me for my language. Got y'all thinking that being righteous is something real special. No, being righteous is just following the laws of God. It's not hard. There's only 600, I think about 13 or 14, about 613 laws. You know how many laws there are in America? Thousands. Are you a felon? Some of us are. But we knew we were breaking those laws. We ain't break the other ones though. You know what I'm saying? So some of us, following the laws of God is very easy. It all boils down to loving each other. If you could love the next man, you good. It's not that hard. If you could love another sister, it's not that hard. It's not hard to follow the laws of God. And that's what righteousness is. So let's start that from the top. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Though you holding hands with that wicked Caucasian, that wicked Asian, that wicked Filipino, that wicked Arab, that wicked African, though you holding hands in hand with them, guess what? They are not going to be unpunished. So it's about time you let your hand go. Don't be partakers of her sins. Because if you're still holding her hands when it's time for that big payback, which is happening, it's happening, you're going to end up catching COVID. You're going to end up a junkie on Mass Ave, you know what I'm saying, methadone mile. It's a shame. That's how bad Mass Ave is. Mass Ave in Boston literally is called Methadone Mile. The only city that has a street named after a drug. Methadone Mile. You would have thought some other city had that problem, but nope. And when you go down Mass Ave, right by the Boston Medical Center and all that, the majority of those meth heads and all those drug addicts are Caucasian. You go down there, you will see that. And it's a beautiful thing. But you joining hand in hand with them, what I also do see is that I do see people being hand in hand with these people down there. And they are getting drugged further and further down the rabbit hole. You can't trust it. Don't be like them. Don't do anything they do. Because the simple fact is it'll make life harder for you. Guaranteed. But let's get with it. Let's drop that. Let's get... I just had to go on that tangent real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I do that from time to time. I gotta focus on my plan, on my class. I just wanted to keep it milky today. The real simple, easy to understand scriptures. And where I'm at right now, man, Matthew 25 and where am I at? 40, I think. I believe 40. My memory's off. Let me look. Yeah, it's 40. Give y'all a second to get there. Matthew chapter 25 verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you. Now remember, this is Christ's words. And Christ said, And the king shall say unto them, But verily I shall say unto you, Inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. What does that mean? What does that mean? See, the thing is, y'all go nonchalant the way y'all are very careful on how y'all treat our oppressors. Y'all are very careful on how y'all treat Caucasians. Y'all walk on thin ice. Y'all say yes sir, no sir, all that other stuff. Y'all slow to anger when it comes to our oppressor. But let a black man step on your sneakers. Let a black man step on your sneakers, all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? All types of problems break loose from there. You know what I'm saying? But let's get with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bear with me. Ye have done it unto me. Like, these things that we do to each other, just know we are not just doing it to each other, we are doing it to our power. When you entice another brother to indulge in drugs, you are enticing Christ to indulge in drugs. You know what I'm saying? When you sleep with another man's woman, another black, Hispanic, or Native American man's woman, you are doing that unto Christ. Mind you shouldn't be sleeping with any man's woman. If that woman slept with another man before you, leave her alone. She ain't worth it anyway. Why would you want your thing to be all up in where somebody else put their thing? Like, that's just nasty and borderline gay. He already had that. He already conquered that. And you want to get up in there? You got issues, bro. You got issues. And you doing that to another black, Hispanic, and Native man will destroy that black, Hispanic, and Native man. But just know what you do to the least of his, and believe me, when you put it in context, what this is talking about, what you do to the least of the people that actually follow Christ. I'm keeping it broad so we can keep brotherhood going. I'm a follower of Christ. I keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? But I keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But that doesn't just extend to us that do keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That extends to every black, Hispanic, and Native brother and sister. You ain't supposed to be breaking no law towards each other. You don't steal from another black man or woman. You steal from another black man or woman. You're stealing from God. You're stealing from Christ. You're stealing from your own people, which just slows down our progression. Period. You know what I'm saying? But any more than that, and don't forget, it says what you done to the least. Who is the least? Who is the least amongst our people? The brothers that are out there homeless, strung out, going through all types of problems. Those are our least. Now, mind you, you being straight up and forward with them, calling them junkies or whatever, that's not anything bad. Is it wise? I would not say it's wise, but it's not bad. But you telling them no, you ain't trying to give them no money so they can eat, that's bad. You tell them to get a job. But as soon as a white dude come by, you giving them $5, $10, $20. I've seen it millions of times. Every time we go to camp, there's a oppressor next to us that's a bum. who actually every time we have camp, he picks up on I'm pretty sure he picks up on what's the name, because we got so many people against us who want to prove about unity. Everybody giving them a little bit of change. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what the Most High is about. That's not what he's about. He's about us taking care of each other. He's about black, Hispanic, and Native love. Us taking care of each other. Us that went through the same thing by the same oppressor, got the same bloodline, taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice how, that's a whole nother subject. I'm going to sway from that right now. But we're going to go to the next scripture. Let's go to John 13 and 34. We're going to keep it milky. Keep it real milky. No, not 1 John. Regular John. And believe me, these are Christ's words also. I won't stop there, yeah. Okay. If you're there, you're there. John 13 and 34. A new commandment I give unto you. Now, these are Christ's words. What does Christ mean by a new commandment? What Christ means by a new commandment? Because nothing Christ said is new. Nothing. Everything Christ said you can literally find in the Old Testament. What Christ is bringing is a new understanding, a simplification, rationality to what was said before. You know what I'm saying? And what it says, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. Whoa, how hard is that? When you out there protesting, supporting those breaking and looting into black businesses, because it has been done. I don't condone the business in Boston that's black owned, which was a marijuana shop, but a weed shop in Boston was broken into. I don't condone the shop, but I also don't condone the breaking into it. If it was up to me, it would have been struck by lightning and burnt to a crisp. That's up to the Most High, not me. But it literally says, you know what I'm saying? The new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. How hard is it to love another person? First, you gotta understand, love is following the law, statutes, and commandments. If I love you, I will not tell you to jump in front of a train. But when you allowing another brother or sister to break the laws of God, you're literally telling them to jump in front of a train. Because that train is God. And God is the reason why our people are number one in every STD, every health statistic. We are number one in it because the simple fact is we are breaking his laws. That if you love somebody, you will tell them not to break God's laws. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. When you allow a brother or sister, you see they're eating crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster, right? You see them eating crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. Don't worry, you only got to tell them one time. You don't got to tell them a million times. Just tell them one time. You see them eating crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster, right? Just tell them one time. That's against the laws of God. Most of the time they're going to buck up. They don't even want to see the scripture. They don't want to see nothing. They're just going to buck up. But they're going to follow whoever else telling them it's okay to eat crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. But when you look in Leviticus 11, it says it's not okay to eat crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster, bat, dog, humans. You know what I'm saying? But once you continue to let them do it, you see them doing it and you just let them do it, you hate that man. You hate that man because you letting him jump in front of that freight train called the Most High. But once you tell him, hey, you gave him the warning. You gave him the warning. Your hands are clean. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm telling every black, Hispanic, and Native person that's out there believing that they are protesting, fighting for a cause. I'm telling them, do that. But do it far away from them. Look, understand this. Boston is a different city. This message might not be strictly for Bostonians. Because in Boston, on that Monday, there was 2 protests going on. There was one that was filled with black people, maybe a few white people sprinkled in. And there was one at the Commons filled with white people, with maybe a few black people sprinkled in. I've seen a bunch of photos. I haven't seen one black person in any of those photos. But the point is, Boston, even in its so-called fight for unity, is still segregated. Because that's what Boston is about. It's about segregation. Now, you gotta accept that segregation. Make it easier for Boston. Accept the segregation. Only deal with your people. Because that's what the Lord said. It's all through the Bible. In Deuteronomy 7:6, it says, be a holy people. What does the word holy people? The word holy means to be set apart, separate. See, what the Christian church won't teach you, the Bible is all about segregation. The children of Israel, which we, black, Hispanic, and Native people are, we're supposed to be separate. The Bible's all about separation. It's all about segregation. It's a beautiful thing. Love it. Love it. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. How has Christ loved us? Remember, these are Christ's words. How has Christ loved us? How has Christ loved his people? Ask yourself that. It's a very important question. Very important. Let me tell you. Christ loved his people by giving his life up for his people. He gave his life up for his people. He got up on that cross and let them nail his hands and feet to it. Blood dripping out. Up there for a few days. Died. For his people. What have you done for your people? Because that's how you're supposed to love your people. You're supposed to be willing to give your life for your people. And guess what we do in the ISUPK? Every time we hold camp, every Saturday, what do you think we do? We giving our life for our people. We giving up our Saturdays for our people. Some of us giving up our Fridays for our people. Some of us are literally giving up our lives. We don't care about nothing but doing this work of the Most High. I want to be that person. But some of us are giving more than others for our people. That's what Christ did. You got to do the same. You got to literally do the same. You got to be willing to give your life up. Okay. Like Kat Kalizai said, one of my favorite tracks he did, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it verbatim, but you know, Christ gave his life. You know what I'm saying? Who's ready to give their life, the life of an Israelite? You know what I'm saying? that is on the same motion. That I wouldn't be surprised if that bar was literally inspired by this verse. Who's ready to give their life, the life of an Israelite? Christ gave his life, the life of an Israelite for his people. Believe me, the blood of an Israelite, the Most High smells that. The Most High smells it. The Most High knows when we die. The Most High smells the blood of George Floyd. The Most High smells the blood of Breonna Taylor. The Most High smells the blood of Sean Reed, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, you know what I'm saying, George Scott. He smells that. He smells it. Thing is, who's ready to give their life? Who's ready to let the Lord smell their life as you give it for your people? But let's continue. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. How has Christ loved us? He guided us, taught us, and gave his life for us. Do the same. That's what we're doing in the ISUPK. We are literally teaching, guiding, and giving our life for our people. But let's continue. That ye also love one another. That's what we doing it for. We doing what we do, what we teaching you, Black, Hispanic, and Native people, is to love each other. That's all we want. You want to pay us for these classes? That's how you pay us. By loving your next door neighbor, which is another Black, Hispanic, or Native man. That's how you do it. Love your own people. Anything outside of that is just Christianity. It's ugly. It's not real. It's not real at all. Song and dance, it's sweet words, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. But let's drop that. Let's get Matthew 5:22. Keeping it milky for the people. Now, we know as Black, Hispanic, and Native people that we're going to go through some things. Hold on. Let me give y'all a little more time to get there. Now, we know as Black, Hispanic, and Native people that we can have conflict. We can have problems. That's where everybody likes to complain black on black crime about. While everybody's protesting about these marches, the coons and everything, the sellouts, the traitors, they like to complain about black on black crime. But let me tell you something. The scriptures, the Bible has a solution for all black on black crime. It has a solution for all of that. We're going to get into one of them, which is Matthew 5:22. Let's get it. But I say unto you, now these are Christ's words again. I don't plan on telling you none of my words. These are Christ's words. Alright? But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Like, we all go through problems with our family, with our neighbors, with our peoples. We go through problems. But you gotta evaluate the importance of that problem. Oh man, that brother ain't give me $400, $500, $600. It's just money. It's lucky for my language. You trying to tell me that whatever chunk change he owed you is more important than his life? Because let me tell you, if you killed that brother, you're not getting that money from him. It's just elementary. If you kill him, you're not getting that money. So, is it more important than his life? Is what I'm asking. Is his debt or whatever transgression that he had against you, is that worth you taking his life? Let's say one of the most horrendous acts I can think of. Let's say another black, Hispanic, or Native man sleeps with your woman. He sleeps with your woman, you find out. The law says they're both supposed to lose their life. Yes. But we're in a different time, a time of grace. Should you take their life? I'm not asking you if you will be wrong for taking their life, but should you take their life? Because the law says if they're caught in the act, the man and the woman, they both supposed to die. Both of them supposed to die. Now, what I ask you is, should they die? Should they? Let me tell you something. If you sleep with them, if somebody sleeps with your woman, clean your hands. That's the Most High's problem. The Most High's going to handle that for you. Don't kill that man. Don't kill him. Would you be wrong? That's a different subject. You know what I'm saying? That's a different subject. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You don't know the circumstances behind it. She probably told that brother she was single. You don't know. You don't know what lies she told him. Don't be so quick to jump. Just brush your hands on it. Let the Most High take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound Christian about it, but yeah, literally. Let the Most High, let Christ take the wheel. Not to be Christian about it, but let Jesus take the wheel. You know what I'm saying? If another man sleeps with your woman. You know what I'm saying? Because the simple fact is, it's not. Vengeance is not of us. It's of the Most High. But let's get back to it. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Now, what's without a cause? What does it mean to be angry without a cause? That means the small things, the stupid things, stuff that shouldn't matter. And believe me, nothing matters more than your brother's life. And you mad at him over something stupid? You mad at him over something stupid? Because like, I seen a video about that sister Trina, that Miami rapper today. She mad at a bunch of black people because they looted her friend's store. Understandable. I see the emotion behind it, but emotion is temporary. It's not emotions is not solid to base any judgment off of. So your friend's store was looted, and Trina's mad. She's about as mad as it gets. But is that a cause? Is that a cause? No, it's not a cause. Because we have this thing called insurance. If your friend was insured properly, she good. If she wasn't insured properly, well, that's her fault. You can't be mad at the losers at that point. You can't. You can't. But what you can be mad at is some fact that our oppressors got us to this point. If it was our people that looted her friend's business, she should be mad at our oppressor because he brought us to this point to loot her friend's business. Technically, black, Hispanic, and Native people are horrible at crime. We get caught every time we do it. So she can't be mad at us. Someone wasn't allowed to let a friend do it. I wouldn't be surprised if her friend did it herself. But at the same time, it's not a cause to be angry at your people. It's not a cause. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a cause if a man slept with your woman. That's more of a cause than somebody looting your friend's store. But none of it's a cause. Know why none of it's a cause? Because there's more important things, and that's loving each other. But let's continue. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, what Rakah means, that's a word that was hard to translate through the Hebrew. But what it means is worthless. If you're calling another black Hispanic or Native man worthless, you got a problem with your hands. Because it's not of your use to dictate who's worthless and who's not. It's not of your use. You are by calling somebody worthless, you are trying to say you are of no use to the Most High. And who are you to say that? You basically putting yourself in the Most High's shoes. You do not have that power to say such a thing. To call another black or Hispanic man worthless. Say that about your enemy. Say that about that bum you gave $20 to. He's worthless. This is his kingdom. I've seen many bums end up with Fortune 500 jobs. I've seen it personally. I was homeless once before, and I've seen bums, white bums, become Fortune 500 people, working for Fortune 500 companies. I've seen it. You know why that happened? Because the simple fact is, they love each other to the point that they will take care of each other. Something that we don't do. And they made sure we don't do it through the integration system, which had us depend more on them than each other. Depending on each other is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You know what used to be the cornerstone of the black community? Let me tell you what used to be the cornerstone of the black community. We used to have houses, 3-4 generations deep in one house. Great grandma, grandma, ma, and children in one house. That gave us enough. That means when people had to pay about, back then when it was happening, it probably was 10-cent rent. So they had to share 10 cents to pay about a good $20 in rent. Nothing. Nothing. That's what we need to get back to. We need to get back to that. Taking care of each other. Having each other up in these houses and these apartments for whoever and however long. You know what I'm saying? So we can build up our own communities like we once did. Black Wall Street is the pinnacle of black success. And that joint was destroyed way before integration. It was destroyed way before it. But after integration, what has happened? Not one HBCU was built after integration. You know what I'm saying? Not one mega business was built for black and Native people after immigration. I ain't talking about entertainment businesses. Entertainment businesses come and go. Def Jam basically belonged to Rick Rubin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got businesses now, but there ain't nothing that's helping feed our people. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm slowing down here. Hold on. And whoever shall say to his brother Rakah, worthless, shall be in danger of the council. When you call another black man or Hispanic man worthless, you should be in danger of the council. What's the council? The council is a bunch of wiser, smarter, more righteous men than you, right? These men will judge the situation on why you call that brother worthless. And if you call that brother worthless without a cause, well, guess what? You are in danger of the council. And what can that council say? Well, whatever that council says, you got to deal with. That could be exile. You are no longer a black, Hispanic, or Native person. You are a outsider. You are a Gentile. You are a heathen. You know what I'm saying? But whoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Now, that's beyond the council. Who is in control of hellfire? The Most High is in control of hellfire. And you calling your brother a fool, you are in danger of the Most High. What does that mean? You could be walking down the street and get hit by a bus. Have an asthma attack. You don't even got asthma. Most High, whatever he decides to take you out, he could take you out. Which is one of the main reasons, one of the main lessons why I quit smoking myself. No matter what. You can't decide how the Most High is going to take you out. Now, I've been hit by a car 3 times, flesh vehicle. I'm taking them as wake-up calls. I technically should not be walking right now. Been hit by SUVs, some pimp rides, all that. Hit 3 times. I ain't saying the reason why I got hit was because calling another brother fool. You know, I call a lot of brother fools. What does it mean to call a brother fool? Is another way of saying Rakah, worthless. Fools are worthless. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Fools are worthless. And I ain't trying to put my whole life into this, but I knew I had no problem talking about my life. But let's get into the next. Hold on. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke. Did I put that in right? I think I did. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me catch up with y'all real quick. Luke chapter 6, verse 31. Make sure that's the right spot. Okay, actually, we're going to start at 30. Luke chapter 6, verse 30. I'm going to bring up something that's quite common way of thinking for black, Hispanic, and Native people. It's a very common way of thinking. But Luke chapter 6, verse 30. Give every man that asketh thee, Slakia. Give to every man that asketh of thee, to of him that taketh away thy goods. Ask them not again. What is this saying right there? Because there's men that would ask you, if a man asks you, give to him. But it's showing you to have patience. Because there are men there are men that will not ask, but they will take of thee. And what you should do is ask for them not to do it again. Now, this is something in my line of work that I had to take into consideration. Only take in consideration to our people, though. When a brother or sister steals from the store I work at, I simply, give them a warning. Yo, go on your way, but don't do this again. I won't be as nice next time, which is only a righteous thing to do. Give that brother a warning. Give that sister a warning. I'm guaranteeing you, they might do it again, they might not, but you giving them that warning is giving them hope. It's giving them a chance to correct themselves, which is what Christ gave to us. Christ gave us a chance to correct ourselves. What do you think that grace period is about? What do you think grace is about? Christ gave us grace so we can correct ourselves. Grace is not a permanent thing. Grace is not permanent. So I give them brothers and sisters that steal from the store that I work at, I give them grace. Bro, don't do it again. Just go. Next time I see you, it might go a little further. Because that's my job. My job is to catch thieves. I catch them. You know what I'm saying? I have to tell you, I'm a little different with our oppressor. I'm a lot different with our oppressor. But let's continue real quick. Verse 31. Hold on, let me finish 30 real quick. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. You know what I'm saying? And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. That is brotherhood. That's something your grandmama has been telling you. That's something, if your mother has any wisdom, was telling you. This is not a new thing. This is a very old thing that has been passed down from generation to generations. Do unto others as you will have done unto you, unto yourself. However it was said. It's something that has been said through Black, Hispanic, and Native pain forever. Forever. You know what I'm saying? And what does that mean? Let's read that again. If ye love, if as ye would that men should do to you, like the way you want to be treated, treat people how you want to be treated. You slipped up, give me some time, brother. Let me make this up to you. Give that brother some time so he can make it up to you. The same thing. The way you want to be treated, treat other people likewise, because that's the only way it's going to happen. If you don't treat other people likewise, guess what? Things fold from there. You know what I'm saying? They just fold. Well, let me continue. Should I continue? Nah, I ain't gonna continue. That goes to something deeper, which is on point, but I ain't gonna go deeper. John 15. Let's go to John 15. I forgot which verse. I believe 21. Let me check first. We keeping it milky. We keeping it milky. John 15, I believe it's 21. Let me see. Give me a sec, y'all. Bear with me for 1 sec. I'm not the best on location. That brother got his gift, and that is not my gift. Location is not my gift. I know. This is the right story, though. Yep, there it is. There it is. Hold on, how should I go? I'm gonna start with 10. Oh, Salak, you only got 2 minutes left. Good night. Time slipped by, brother. I put it in there. Y'all can read on your own. 10 through let's say 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? You can read all the way to all of John 15. You know what I'm saying? But this is the ISUBK out of West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And if you are a new brother or sister in the school, we have a new rule for y'all. Well, actually, the rule's not new, but you have 6 months to get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? If any brother or sister hits you up in those 6 months, contact your head, notify that head, so proper action could be taken. You know what I'm saying? No brother or sister should be contacting you within those 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself right, and when those 6 months are done, if you find interest in another brother or sister, contact the head of that brother or sister, and y'all might be allowed to court. If y'all allowed to court after another 6 months, if y'all choose to get married, contact the heads again to see if that's an agreement. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be a trooper in school, get on black shirt, black pants, black hat, and with that, shalom.